Hey there, comic friends. I'm Travis, and it is, I don't know, it's Comic Book Call. I've had these books for a long time. Maybe we'll name it, oh no, I Feel Vertigo. Because these are a whole bunch of Vertigo books, if not all, pretty much close to. I have about 2 long boxes worth of books to show you. Am I going to show you all those in one video? No. We're going to split it up. I've got stacks of books. I'm just going to grab a stack of book, do a video, and then go on to the next one. I don't know if these books have any real meaning or whatever. I'm just kind of curious at all the old Vertigo stuff that I either wasn't around when it was coming out because I had to dip out of comics for a little bit, or I just, when I started getting back into comics, wasn't paying attention to this stuff because at the time, a lot of what I was buying was stuff that I thought was somewhat reader-friendly to Ethan at the time. So, anyway, without any further ado, we're going to start out. We're going to start out with, this is what's the top of the pile, Hard Time. Issue number 1. I think this is an ongoing series, 2004. What I find interesting is our creators, Steve Gerber and Brian Hurt. Brian Hurt, I'm a huge fan of, from his Six Gun work, now The Damned. Love his cartoony style quite a bit. So I'll be curious to dive into this, to read this, just to look at, you know, how has his style changed in what, 14 years? And Steve Gerber, I believe, is the same Steve that is doing the art in The Fixed right now. And I think he's also the one who did the art on Spectacular Foes of Spider-Man. Anyway, issue number 1. Issue number 2, clearly Hard Time has to do with prison life. I'm not sure who our main character is. Clearly that's him. Number 3. And he's got some sort of superpowers. Because, I mean, he's, you know, chucking people around and whatnot. It looks like, you know, sonically there. 4. See if I can keep this all in focus here. It's out of practice of doing this kind of stuff. 5. 6. This DC Focus, I know, was kind of a quasi tagline for quite some time, right? So maybe this is DC Focus and not Vertigo. Maybe I need to check that out. Maybe this is a different line. I thought it was part of the Vertigo stuff. But now that I've said that, I'm gonna have to look it up. 8. What's that? I don't know. Shine over there on that side too much. 9. Really curious about that one. I mean, that looks like a Hurt cover. Some of those others don't necessarily look like Hurt covers, but that definitely does. His style's really coming, shining through here. I mean, like this. That face and whatnot is so, you know, Brian Hurt basically. We know now, kind of a thing. 2005 was issue number 10. 11. Move this a little bit here. And 12. And that'd be it. 12 issue series. Assuming it actually had an ending. Well, I guess we'll find out when I get around to reading it. Maybe I'll let you know. Next up is a Vertigo book, because hey, it says Vertigo right on it. Haunted Tank. This is Haunted Tank from 2009. 1 of 5 miniseries. I like the Haunted Tank character. It's kind of a interesting concept. The Civil War general, spirit of a Civil War general, I believe it's Civil War anyway, is in this Sherman tank. And it's in the spirit of it, so it's the ghost. The ghost runs the tank in a sense. So there's just number 2. Frank Marfino on writing and Henry Flint. Neither one of these guys do I actually know off the top of my head. But there is number 3. Number 4. Haunted Tank. I want y'all. And number 5. So some fun stuff going on there. Haunted Tank. Next up, we're going to dip into a whole bunch of Howard Chaykin books. I'm not the hugest Howard Chaykin fan, especially at the current where he's at now. I think there was a time when he was relevant. I question whether or not he's relevant now. don't know anything about these books. This is American Century, issue number 1. Would be 2001. Chenkin's just doing the writing on it, though, and clearly the cover. Tishman's doing art on the inside with Laming and Stokes, looks like. But all the covers are going to be Howard Chenkin covers. Number 2. Number 3. This is clearly, typical, I would think, Howard Chenkin, at least in the sense of the kind of murder mystery, potentially, government conspiracy sort of thing. It has that, just the covers alone have that clearly that kind of a feel to it. I'm curious about this cover, though. I mean, other than the torn bodice, woman. What's with this eye? It's like, I don't know. What is that? It's like almost like a dinosaur back there. I mean, you can see its teeth. See its teeth right there. So, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious as to what it is all about. But see, typical Howard Chenkin stuff. We're starting to get all the girls that aren't wearing much in the way of clothing. Seems to be kind of a standard affair. Howard Chenkin. Number 7. I do like that cover, though. Not the art necessarily, but I do like her biting his ear. I think it's pretty funny. Number 8. Number 9. I do like that one. Route 66 with the bullet holes all shot all in it. And then we get somebody else doing covers, I think. I'm not sure who that is. This is White Lightning Part 1 of 4. This is Arc in this. I don't know. I don't know who's like. That's a Sean Phillips cover. Which would I bet? If it's not, it's somebody who does the same style of work. Sorry, I'm going to waste some of your time. Some of my time, too. We're going to find out whether or not it is Sean Phillips. Because it sure looks like. Nope, I am wrong. It says here, cover painting by Glenn Orbic. Wow. So, Laming is the penciler inked by Stokes. So, I am wrong. That looks like a classic Vertigo book inside, though. Despite the Howard Chenkin written, it looks like a Vertigo book. I have thumbed through these some, but I thumbed through them. I don't know. We're halfway through February, and I got these. I want to say November. So, don't remember all of it exactly. I would have swore that was a Sean Phillips. Got the same kind of look to it, to some degree. Here we go. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. I mean, these look like romance novels, don't they? The covers? I mean, that kind of typical kind of thing. 14. Am I still able to see the whole cover there? 15. I mean, these look like pulp noir covers. Oh, is she excited about him or the big gun he's carrying? 16. Here is 17. This is Homecoming Part 5, issue number 17. Your gumshoe-looking kind of a character there. I mean, these covers are just that kind of classic, kind of a look to them. Number 19. I'm assuming that's Scandalous that he's kissing her of the era, but clearly every issue he's smacking on a different girl. It looks like. Issue 21. And these are J Silke, S-I-L-K-E covers. And this is an Orbis, back to the Orbic cover. I do like his designs. 23 has that 1950s look to it. And then we go back into a Howard Chenkin cover. Till the issue 24. He's American Century. This went on for a while. Vertigo book. Oh, and this was at the 10 years on the edge of Vertigo, right? So, Vertigo X. That's another Orbic cover. I do like these Orbic covers. Those painting covers are pretty cool. Well, this one, because this one's has got comic books in the background. Except I don't remember this being a comic book shop. But hey, what do I know? But I do. I like these covers. That's got that. Like I said, it's got that kind of 1950s, early 60s crime noir novel cover look to them. So the covers are appealing. And that is it. Issue 27 is the end of American Century. So we'll see when I get around to reading that. I don't know. If you've read any of these, familiar with them, let me know what you thought of them. Next up is The Human Target, which is a character I really dig. This is, what was it? This is out in 99. This is a miniseries, 1 of 4. That is a Tim Bradstreet cover. Peter Milligan written. Yes. Edvin Burkov doing the art on it. I like the character, the human target. It's kind of a fun idea, I think. These classic Tim Bradstreet illustrations. Kind of dig his covers and whatnot. His style, it's immediately recognizable. For me, I'm most familiar with these art originally from the original Shadowrun role-playing game. That's the first place that I came across it at. There we go, issue number 4 of that Human Target. Next up, we have Industrial Gothic. Super excited to have this book just because Ted McKeever does the entire thing, and I love Ted McKeever's work. Just strange. His art style is so good and dynamic. I love this cover. I mean, this cover is clearly some sort of castle, but it's caskets on the top of the castle. You know, what's that all about? This looks like a racetrack. Like these are bleachers and that's the racetrack there. So what does it all mean? I don't know. Gonna find out. Industrial Gothic, issue number 2. This is 1996. And there is number 3. Looks like Helena in a Box. I don't know if you're familiar with that. See, it was done by David Lynch's daughter, I think, did Helena in a Box. And it had Sherilyn Fenn plays the main character in it, who has no limbs because she's Helen in a box. Anyway, pretty sure it's Helen in a box. Now I've said that, I'm probably wrong. Industrial Gothic number 4 of 5. Clearly getting a bit crazy there. And then 5 of 5. Super stoked by that. And all these books I got for nothing. My friend is clearing out their comic book collection, and I am inheriting all these. Super stoked to get this. I've only read bits and pieces. I actually own Enigma 1 and 2, but this is another copy of Enigma 1 and 2, I believe. 1 of 8. This is a Peter Milligan book. I'm always happy to read old Peter Milligan work. This is one of the ones I've only read bits and pieces of. So very excited about that. Vertigo on art. Love these covers. These covers are, I want to say, they're either Dave McCraig or there are David Mack. Is that right? Should you open one up? Waste your time, open one up and see? Let's do that. Let's find out who's on covers. Because I'm just taking a guess, because I didn't come prepared for this. I'm just talking. It does not say. Editor, colorist, artist. Oh, you know what? It's the artist that does the interior art. So what you're seeing there is what you're getting inside. So coolness. I'm very much looking forward to checking this. This is pretty towards the top of my list of things to read, I'm sure. But I have a ton of books to read as far as back issues go. Issue number 3. Issue number 4. Issue number 5. That's a bloody mess, huh? What's going on there? Issue number 6. Hopefully that glare is not too bad. Issue number 7. And of course, finally, issue number 8 of Enigma. Yes. Okay, what do we got next? American Freak! The Tale of the Unmin. I've heard people talk about this. Postmodern Metamorphosis. David Lapour and Vince Locke, I believe, are creators of the book. This is one of 5. Just love these covers because they're really brightly and twisted. This one uses, photo negatives, obviously, looking kind of thing. So check this out. Toxic Childhood. Isn't that all of our childhoods? Prisoner of DNA. Issue number 4. The Dark Evolution. It's got a Marilyn Manson cover. Another one that looks like that. Final Exhibition. 5/5 of American Freak. Tale of the Unmin. Looks like that's going to be some twisted fun there. And then we've got Vertigo's Greatest Hits. The Greatest Rock and Roll Heroes of the 60s. This is another David Titchman written book. He wrote the one with Howard Chinkin, and Glenn Fabry does the, or Fabre, however you say his name, is doing the art on this. He does a lot of Mad Magazine stuff. Did, what was it, Lot 13 or something like that, I think is what it was called, here recently, Vertigo horror book. Anyway, so I like his art. That one doesn't show it so much, but man, this one, doesn't this look like something out of Mad Magazine? Does to me. I mean, his art just, for me, says that kind of thing. So, and let's see, this was put out in 2009. 2009. Look, these people are all action figures. They got the joints and stuff of action figures. Whatever is going on in this. Issue number 4. Overdose of Action and Adventure. Issue number 5. Typical Friday night for me, huh? And issue number 6. I love this just because it's the end of it, and she's literally wearing the cover on her dress. I don't know. Thought it's kind of fun. Alright, that is that, and this is another DC book. This is actually square bound. This is Mythos, the final tour. So I'm not exactly 100% sure what all it entails, but it's square bound. So we'll see what it is. The final tour. So it's another rock and roll book. I'm always digging books that deal in that. So there you are. Some crazy stuff going on the covers. I don't know. Dean Ostrom, guy who does Black Hammer right now, main artist on Black Hammer. So there's people in there I know. Curious to see how what that all ends up being. Oh, The Shadows Fall. This is issue 2. I think I'm missing issue 1, so I'll have to hunt down issue 1 because it didn't come in the lot, so I don't know exactly what's with that. I do love this cover. I think it's like if it's not I don't know. Do you know whose signature that is? Because for me, that looks like a Mullith page is what it looks like to me. But it could be the John A. Ribber and John Van Vliet. I don't know for sure. 1994 is when this came out. This miniseries. I love the very dark and sinister of it. Because in this one, they're hanging on to either a ball or it's an orb, reflective orb. But I mean, you can see his hand reaching to grab it. This little girl, I'm assuming it's a girl because of the collar. But I guess during an era, it might be not that. And here's in a dark alleyway, this baby carriage is kind of sinister, and the framing within framing there. It's pretty cool. Here's this mask either being put on or being pulled away from this person on issue number 4. Issue number 5. Yeah, I see how, yeah, this isn't Mullith. I think it is Van Fleet. Because I remember looking at these when I first saw them. I thought, oh, those are Mullith. Until I got to this one, I go, okay, it doesn't look right for Digital Mullith. Those first ones do, though. And then finally, Shadowfall number 6 of 6. And I'm cutting this short here. That is just one puny pile of, like I said, two long boxes worth of Vertigo stuff. So you're going to get to see lots of mostly Vertigo books. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.